Miss Letitia said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna run. I'm a scientist. I want to go through this. I want to protect the environment. That is the biggest thing that we have to worry about. But we also have to weigh in the fact that some people want to mine the deep sea so that we can provide metals for batteries, for electric vehicles, and so forth. And we need to do that because we are in a climate crisis, and we need to do whatever we can to get that on. So there's a balance here. There's the environment." And then there's protecting the environment through creating more electric vehicles. So there's a lot of things that are happening here. But Letitia won the election. She is now the Secretary General, and this was her first meeting around the International Seabed Authority, where she was in charge, and she wanted to come out big. She's very big proponent of protecting the environment. She's obviously an oceanographer. She knows a lot about the science. She knows a lot about the ramifications that can happen with deep sea mining. Looking at biodiversity loss, looking at disturbing an area that we don't know much about. Let's be honest, we know more about space than we know about the deep. We know more about space than we know about the deep sea, and that is scary. That is really, really scary. And considering that the deep sea still covers 71% of our planet, we need to make sure that we know a lot about it, which we don't. And so why are we going to disturb the deep when we don't know much about what's happening, and we don't know the ramifications, the consequences of what can happen if we start disturbing the seabed? Essentially what you're doing is you're mining the seabed. You are going to drill, you are going to grab nodules, and these polymetallic nodules, and you are going to try and figure out how to bring them up safely without disturbing. It's a whole mess. Let's be honest, mining anything extractive is not good for the ocean on a long-term basis. So considering deep sea mining, considering the situation that we're in right now with the climate crisis, some people think it's enough that we have to worry enough about the climate crisis that we need to do this drastic action to be able to build electric vehicles, like put the metals in of these nodules, build electric vehicles, and make the planet safer. But are we just destroying the planet by trying to save part of the planet that we've already destroyed? It's a big ethical question that's going around a lot. And this meeting was to answer a lot of those questions. It's to say, let's look at the regulatory aspect of this. What people can and cannot do. Let's bring in scientists. Let's bring in nonprofit organizations, conservationists. Let's bring in people who know a lot about mining and extractive mining, especially in the deep, people who know about the deep sea. Let's bring them all in. Let's have discussions. Hopefully we can come to some sort of compromise or resolution, and we need to, worry about that. The meeting went really well.